Hello, I'm David Byes, your MSU Extension State Health Specialist, back with you in our series of conversations about COVID-19. Today, I have my colleague, Extension Agent Thomas Brewer, with me to talk about what he and his colleagues and clients in Jefferson County have been dealing with in light of COVID-19, as well as some other rather disruptive events. Thanks for joining us, Thomas.
I'm glad to be here today, Dr. Byes.
Thomas, I've been doing these conversations about COVID-19 for a while now, but I'm ashamed to say that I haven't had an extension agent on yet. Tell our viewers a little bit generally about what extension agents do out in the counties.
Well, out in the county, in Jefferson Davis County, I have to provide the people that I talk to and deal with educational programs that enable them to make decisions about the economics and the social and cultural well-being that affects their lives on a day-to-day basis.
Well, great. Tell us a little bit about how COVID-19 has affected your ability to do that, and maybe what you do changed or how you do it changed. Kind of give us a background on what's happening in light of COVID-19.
In the light of COVID-19, the way that we conduct our educational programs, we need to provide most of those programs or some of those programs in a traditional setting. Now we are using technology to provide those programs. In some cases, Zoom, and for today, we're using Facebook in doing this.
Right.
We also need to remember that this came about because we had to practice social distancing in order to reach our viewers.
That's a challenge. And I gave our viewers a teaser at the beginning about some difficult challenges that are somewhat unique to Jefferson Davis County area and a couple of other pockets in the state. Tell us, but I didn't get into the details, and you hadn't gotten into them yet. Tell our viewers what you all have had to endure lately in addition to COVID-19.
Dr. Byes, in addition to COVID-19, we have what we refer to as the Easter Sunday tornado that changed the lives of many individuals in Jeff Davis County, in which some lost their homes, lost their farms because they do a lot of farming. And even with that, in the lieu of some of the 4-H events that we normally have to deal with, we have also had to find ways to continue to serve those people from that aspect. So in having to deal with the COVID-19, as we talked about in Easter Sunday tornado, it is very challenging in order to provide this to the clients that we serve, provide our research-based information as well as the programs.
Wow, well, you guys are to be commended for keeping the ball rolling and providing these services. That sounds really difficult, and I'm sorry. At the same time, I'm grateful that our communities have got you all to help and to provide this leadership and this support and these services that Extension does so well, if I can say so myself, at providing. Tell us what the next, say, 4 weeks looks like for y'all. How do you see these COVID-19 continuing to affect what you do routinely, and then your response to the Easter Sunday tornado?
Well, one thing for the next 4 weeks, I do plan to continue to still serve the people in Jeff Davis County. I have information on COVID-19 that I can disseminate out. I've put some of that information on our Facebook page. I also have a newsletter that I disseminate, which comes from campus. We have a list of individuals that we mail that out to. And also, in disseminating information, I have also reminded people that they need to remember to complete their 2020 census, because when we have things to this nature, there are some things that we have planned for that people tend to forget. So that's one of those things that we don't want our clients to forget, is to complete that 2020 census, as well as in the extension office. We're still here to serve the people, the clients that we deal with.
That is a great reminder, Thomas. I'm glad you brought the census up. a good chance for us to plug that to our viewers again, and to let them know that that is critical for the well-being of our state. We've got to be counted, or we're going to get left out when it comes to distribution of support from the federal government moving forward. So I'm glad, again, thank you for bringing that up. What would you say to our viewers about how they can help communities that are undergoing disaster recovery?
Most of the time when communities are going through a disaster recovery, in the role that I play, if you would reach out to your local county extension agent, most of us have email addresses that you can send information to. If you can't get a hold to us, that way you can always reach out to someone on campus at Mississippi State University Extension, and they can disseminate the information. What we do during disasters, we go out, we make damage assessments, just like the Farm Service Agency, just like MEMA and FEMA, and we collaborate our information and we work together. So that's the other part about doing this. We have to work together as a team with other agencies to make sure that the needs of the clients are met in that county and all of the counties that we serve. And the unique thing about Extension is we have a county extension office in all 82 counties throughout the state of Mississippi.
We're so proud of that, aren't we, Thomas?
Yes, sir. We're proud. Very
We
proud
love that.
of that.
Yeah, the saying "teamwork makes the dream work" could apply here. Now, I realize that a disaster recovery may feel more like a nightmare than a dream, but certainly teamwork is the name of the game and the name of recovery. This has been really informative. I appreciate you taking time to talk with us today. Is there a key message or two that you want to leave our viewers with?
Probably one of the key things that we need to understand that during this time as we go through the COVID-19 pandemic is that we have to continue to be patient. We have to continue to practice social distancing. We also have to remember to wear masks. If you need information on hygienes, we have that in the Extension service. If you have not visited our websites, you can go to Mississippi State University Extension web page, and we have all of this information on there. Every county office does have their own web page also.
Right. Well, thank you for reminding us of how to get in touch. That's important for our folks out in the county. And as you said, if folks have difficulty getting a hold of their local agent, they can reach out to the campus-based system through our extension.msstate.edu website. Thomas, thanks again so much for being here. And I thank you, viewers, for joining us today. Leave a note in the comments about what you found helpful, and as always, suggestions for what you would like to hear us talk about as we move forward in this COVID-19 recovery. We welcome your feedback and your insight. Thanks again for joining us. And as always, I encourage you to stay vigilant and stay healthy.